Care2. Happy Friday. I'm Heather.
I'm Eric.
He talks too. And we're here with this week's Rant and Rave. I thought we'd sort of do a little double team because it's been a tough week for anyone who's been, watching what's happening in the world. So Eric and I were sort of talking a little bit earlier today. He did such a good job of ranting. I was like, you know what? I think you need to do the rant today. So Eric's going to kick us off today with the rant because I'm such a sunny personality and I'm so positive. I'm going to do today's rave, as difficult as it was to come up with one. So Eric, what are you ranting about this Friday?
What to rant about?
Yeah.
Where do I start? Okay.
You only get one.
Okay, so one thing, all right.
Okay.
I think it's awesome that we have figured out a way to privatize profits and socialize losses on Wall Street. So when any investment bank makes trillions of dollars, they give it to the rich boys and they get to go home and start their, buy their 15th house right next to all of McCain's houses. I didn't say that.
He only has
7. So that's great. They get to go buy yet another house. And then when they melt down because they were selling imaginary pink ponies for trillions of dollars, we, taxpayers that ain't making millions of dollars, get to bail them out so they don't lose their 17 houses.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Go capitalism. And I'm glad that the senior deregulating guru of the year, Senator McCain, who since 1983 has been anti-regulation, is, as of yesterday, gonna regulate Wall Street and teach them who's boss and take care of business. And I'm buying that. So that's all. That was one topic.
That is. So going from the rant, I want to rave. And it's going to be sort of a mild-mannered rave because it has been such a tough week. But in light of all the difficult times we have going on and tough couple of weeks, I'm heartened because I'm a big old, It's a Wonderful Life, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, I guess, political dork. But one of the great things that has come out of this historic election cycle that we're in the middle of is people are interested and people are engaged. And we saw that primarily in the Democratic primary, mostly because it stayed competitive all the way through primary season. But it's voted in not only record turnouts, which a lot of you hopefully participated in and were a part of in the primary season, but a lot more people are registering to vote. And so I'll use our sort of neighboring state of Virginia as just one example, where he lives. I live in the district where they just voted to allow guns to be walking
to be
around.
like Virginia. Yep.
I'm going to make sure I have my statistic right here. So since the beginning of the year, more than 250,000 people have registered. So that's about a 10% increase since January, and that was figures as of last week. And what you see happening is, of course, the voter registrations tend to sort of really spike in those periods before deadlines happen, before elections, of course. So you still have 3 more weeks where people can be registering and voting in the state of Virginia and registering in time to vote for the November 4th election in Virginia. And they actually just ordered an additional 200,000 voter registration forms. So that's fabulous news. And sort of the other corollary that I saw recently, which I think is interesting, is you're just seeing really high voter interest, about 15 points higher in terms of people who are tracking closely what's happening in the election, people who say they're following the election more closely than they did in 2004. And so, it's just really nice to see we have a highly engaged electorate, and we're going to continue to be bringing you that coverage.
And according to Nielsen today, 2/3 of Americans watched the conventions, which is amazing. Normally, 2 Americans watch the conventions. This year, conventions combined, 2/3. I mean, more than watched the Olympics, more than watched the Super Bowl. That's awesome.
That's more than American Idol.
More?
Is it more than American Idol?
Yeah, but I don't know about.
Fact check it.
So you think you can dance?
Factcheck.org. We're going to check
stuff.
that out. So that's it for us from Care2. As always, your feedback and comments are appreciated and welcome. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week on the Care2 Election Channel. Did you really peace out?
Peace out. Yeah.
He peaced out. Later.